Elon Musk is taking aim at federal IT infrastructures. In his so-called pursuit of efficiency, he's got inside the Treasury Department, the Office of Personnel Management, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This means that Musk and his Doge team have access to highly sensitive information. It also means he has access to financial information that could perhaps give him an edge over some of his tech competitors. As our next guest points out, the government's reliance on technological systems reveals just how easily information can be turned on and off with the flick of a switch. Here to break down how Musk is doing just that is Derek Robertson, a reporter for Digital Future Daily and a contributor to Politico magazine. Welcome, Derek.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. So just give us the 90-second or 2-minute summary of your thesis here. What exactly is going on as you see it?
So I decided to write this article and look into this issue because it struck me that Elon Musk, you have a conversation going on in Washington about how Elon Musk is breaking these kind of legal norms and norms of governance. But if you look at what he's doing from a Silicon Valley perspective, it's exactly how you approach any major problem. That is to say, to go to the root of it, to go literally to the root directory and essentially treat it as an information technology problem. So I decided to go and talk to a few experts in Washington, people who are heavily involved in digital reform in the US government over the past decade and a half. Really dating back to the first Obama term was when the White House became much more digitally centralized than it was before. In fact, some people I spoke to said that what Doge is doing right now really would not have been possible probably before then. And it occurred to me, and I think it still maybe is not on the radar enough of people as they think about how to analyze what Doge is doing, that they are merging two different forms of governance, that is digital Silicon Valley style governance and making political calls about funding. And that's something that nobody who is in charge of these systems heretofore has even considered doing, the root directory approach that I was just describing.
And one aspect of this that I think a lot of people are just kind of waking up to the fact is exactly what you alluded to there, that what Doge is doing really is under the auspices of the U.S. Digital Services, a plan to rescue the Obamacare website when that had so many technical problems during its initial rollout. Now, that was a time where with the service being provided was not in tension with what the agency wanted to do, where Elon Musk has some, Doge has some tension with some of these agencies, but it really is rooted in an effort, a necessary effort to upgrade what government websites do on a technical basis.
That's right. I mean, some of the people who I've spoken to about this, who work in federal government and have worked on these systems, are extremely enthusiastic nominally about what the project and the ethos of Doge is. If people will remember, it seems like the ancient days of, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks ago, when the Trump White House issued its first EO establishing Doge, or rather redefining the U.S. digital service as their U.S. Doge service. The text of that order is mostly, it mostly relates to updating federal IT systems. And that is exactly what they're doing. However, what they are doing with access to those federal IT systems, depending on your legal perspective or analytical or political perspective, is somewhat outside the bounds of what was in the EO. So even people who are otherwise enthusiastic about reforming the federal digital systems are kind of sounding the alarm about what they are doing with them.
And so just so I'm clear about this, and apologies for any kind of Luddite element to the question, but the danger as you see it is the fusion of two separate impulses, if I'm understanding correctly. One being the reforming or updating or changing of digital infrastructure from or by the same people who have pretty clear and pretty emphatic ideological and political agendas. Is that basically right?
Yes, that's basically right. And I mean, this is, depending on your perspective, this is a danger. It's also sincerely kind of an innovation in government on the part of Musk, he's doing something that it remains to be seen in the courts, whether it is within the bounds of constitutionality. I have my own guesses about that as a reporter and as an analyst, but he is making political calls about what to do with these technological systems. And essentially, when he is challenged on it in public, and he's been extremely voluble and willing to address these challenges publicly, saying, look, I have, through the polls that I run on my platform X, through the replies, the posts that I get from supportive readers, I have effectively a digital plebiscite. This is similar to a proposal that Ross Perot made during his 1992 presidential campaign, as I've noted a few times in my newsletter. The people have spoken. I believe, what's the phrase Musk always drags out? The people have demanded radical change. And that is essentially used as a writ which justifies his own political decision making at the helm of these IT systems.
And of course, when asked about it, Donald Trump has said, and Elon Musk has said this as well, that, well, Elon is not doing anything. He might be recommending things, but it is all with the permission of Donald Trump at a time also when Congress is controlled by the Republican Party and doesn't have any interest as a body of exercising control over Donald Trump or Elon Musk. And so it may ultimately come to the courts.
Yes, it seems exceedingly likely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks to both of you. Great to come on, and have a good rest of your day.